That's ISO. Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up,
Well, after about a month and a half, I can say hello and welcome back to the Keeping It Real podcast featuring me, Mateo Lucio, and my dear mother, Julie Lucio. How are you doing?
I'm good. Speaking of deer, my lease was saying like that when the intro plays all the time, we end up looking like deer in headlight after the because we don't know if are we on? Are we on? Are we
Yep.
there? Yeah.
Well,
Anyways,
we're on now.
yes, we are. I'm doing
Hey, what's
great.
up,
How are you?
Dave? Dave is in chat.
Hello, Dave.
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good.
Good.
We've actually watched a lot of movies since the last time because we had so much time to watch movies. So we're gonna have quite a few to talk about today. That should be fun.
It's been like 6 weeks almost. Better than a year, like you said before.
Yeah,
At least
yeah. I
it
was talking in
hasn't
the
been a year.
pre-show. Our last break was about a year long. So
But we just realized that, the day and time that we were doing it at was not convenient for me, especially.
for one of us,
Um, so I hope that this Sunday night, 7 p.m. is going to be more manageable.
yep. We sat down. We fully negotiated a new time, determined entirely by you. I'm just kidding, guys. Uh, but yeah. So we will be doing it at 7 p.m. on Sundays now, as opposed
Yep.
to what was it before, Wednesday at like 3.
2, 3, 4. It's been five.
Wednesday on a
It's
whim.
been
Sometimes Thursday.
sometimes Friday even. I
Yeah.
think the last show was on a Friday.
But
So
we're here now. So
yep. So
and we
I'm
have
just gonna
like
post on the group.
we have a lot of movies to talk about. We've seen quite a few since we were last on the show. A few pretty mediocre ones and some great ones too that I'm very excited to talk about.
Absolutely, there were some really really good ones.
Yeah, we'll get into it later, but one of them is just about the best movie I've watched in the 2020s, pretty much. It like one of my favorite movies I've ever seen.
You want to start with that one or end with that one?
No, we should go in. I have like the order we watched them in, so we should do it that way.
Okay, that works.
And we'll start with what is probably, if I had to guess, the highest grossing movie of the year, due to memes, due to mass appeal, due to all of that. And this is the Minecraft movie, which let me just look and check how much money it's made right now. I don't know if it's cracked a billion yet, but I'm assuming it will.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there's a whole culture around it, right? So
873 million right now. And now that we're at this point though, it might be slow to inch towards the billion, but
yeah.
I think it'll get there.
And
Yeah, like you said, whole culture, like it's like imagine the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, but like even bigger. There's like a whole bigger audience, more memes sparked out of it. So people are coming to this movie just so they can like yell chicken jockey and stuff. I don't know if anyone watching has seen those memes. It's pretty crazy.
And that's the thing, right? It was entertaining, but for me, it was like a whole bunch of like, what the freak just happened?
Yeah,
Like
you were
what?
probably quite confused watching the movie. I understood the memes, even some of them I was blindsided by, and like there were kids there who were trying to be super funny about everything and like yelling after every line and clapping after every line. Which like there's a whole discourse you could go into there. I hope I didn't mess up my mic. You can still hear me normally.
Yes.
There's like a whole discourse you can go into there about like movie theater etiquette and like the direction cinema's going in with the fact that this movie is big off of a meme. But I don't know. Anytime I see a movie get that much attention, that much love, and that many people, I like to see it.
Hey, I don't mind it at all. Like, I mean, um, yes, if you went to every movie and then there was yelling and stuff like that at every single movie, that would become really worrisome and bothersome. But when it's a cult movie like this, I don't mind it at all. I've been wanting to go to the Rocky Horror Picture Show because it is an experience. That's what it is. Like FNAF was, you know, that kind of
Mhm.
experience. But I mean, the Rocky Horror Picture Show is on steroids. It's even more than that. Like,
Crazy.
yeah, we need to do that.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it's like I was telling Josh when we came out of the Minecraft movie. I was like, yeah, okay, they're loud. It's not a good movie. It's more being carried by memes. But if this can hold up the movie theaters so that they can play the holdovers, which may have only like 4 people in the theater, then by all means, let the Minecraft movie do its work. So that
Yeah,
good cinema alive in theaters.
yeah. I think it's a good way to introduce the movie experience to younger kids too, who
Yeah.
will get hooked by going to a movie like this, and then it's fun and you know.
Now, I will say some of it was definitely going too far. Like I've seen online, some of
Mhm.
these theaters showing it would have like some of these theaters showing it would have like people on chicken jockey duty. They would call it. They would like assign someone to Minecraft movie duty to make sure that like no one's throwing popcorn or releasing live chickens into the crowd, like some people have at some showings. Now that's too far. Also, like this happened at our theater. Yelling expletives probably not the best idea considering there's a lot of kids in the theater. Have some basic respect. It's okay to like yell at the funny meme parts. Have some respect for everyone else in the theater, and then it can be a fun
Mhm,
experience for everyone.
mhm. Um, Dave, I think I'd probably dress up like magenta to your question.
But so like okay, all the pop culture stuff that goes with the movie aside, what did you think of the actual movie?
Okay, well, I love Jack Black, so
Fair.
like any movie that Jack Black is in is always entertaining. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It was entertaining.
I would say like my grade, I would give it it's passable. It's like a D plus, C minus. It's like it's a pass. You did everything a movie needs to do. It was
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
You had a plot line. Um, there were some parts as someone who played Minecraft as a kid that I really enjoyed, like some nods to Minecraft. Um, I mean, like it was like the equivalent of a shit post as a movie, I guess you could say. It was so
Oh,
unserious,
Jennifer Coolidge too. Like I mean, Jennifer
but like it
Coolidge
was
is
funny and it was a fun movie theater experience. So you got a
yeah,
passing grade for that.
yeah. I think I gave it a 2 on Letterbox. I think I gave it a 2, but it's not because it's bad. It's just like you said, it's got a passing grade. It's all
Two is not
right.
a passing
Well,
grade. You gave
no.
it a 40.
Oh
I
no.
gave it. I gave it
2.5
a.
there? Maybe
Yeah, I
2.5
gave it
there?
a 2.5.
I don't know. I can't remember what I gave it. But it was all right. It was not a bad movie. It was not a great movie, but it was
Yeah,
entertaining.
definitely wasn't Citizen Kane, but but it was okay, and it was a fun watch.
Yep. Yeah. So that's the first one we saw.
Yep. So next, I guess to talk about is Amateur, the Amateur with Rami Malek,
Mhm.
and I don't know. Maybe we gave it the same score. I feel like I liked it more than you, but I give it a 6 out of 10, or
Um,
3 stars on Letterboxd.
I'm going to go and check because if I remember, I didn't like it that much. I was kind of disappointed. The amateur. I haven't rated it. Okay,
Not doing
I
your
haven't
work.
rated it, but you know what? Like I thought it was a tired story. I thought that the acting was not great. Like overall, like maybe a 1.5 for me. It's
Damn,
great. Yeah.
that's crazy. That's a little
Yeah.
crazy.
Like the ratings right now are at three.
That's exactly what I
Three
gave it.
star. It's a three
Six
three star on
six out of
Letterboxd,
10.
but
It's it's passable. The room looks nice. I'm the my college year is over, so I'm back in the house. She's just right downstairs. I'm in the house for
mhm,
the summer until college starts up again. So this is an entirely new room.
mhm.
which is my childhood bedroom. Actually, not really mine, but because we moved rooms. But anyways, yeah. I don't know the
You
amateur. Like,
digress, buddy. You digress.
I really do. Um, the amateur. I don't know. Like, it had a lot good going for it. Remy Malek is always
What was good?
Remy
Like, I
Malek is
mean,
always a
okay.
treat. He's
I thought
always
he
a
was
treat.
no.
No, okay, you're wrong.
He's easy on the eyes, but this is not always a treat. Um, I
what is the name
I
of that other guy?
I
The guy
found
who
that okay. So one of my biggest beef with the movie is that everything that was of importance was in the trailer, and that was very little to say. Like there was one big explosion, one big and it was already
Yeah,
all in the trailer.
yeah.
So seeing the movie did not like I knew exactly where the movie was, what the movie was,
They
and
didn't
where it
have the
was
boat scene
going,
in the
and
trailer.
eh,
That was a pretty good scene.
meh.
Um, but I don't know. I think like it's a cool concept, and that's like the concept carries it a lot for sure. I like just by the concept, in my opinion, at minimum, it would have been like a 5 out of 10. And they got a 6 out of 10. So it was the concept and not much more. Now, if it was well executed, then we're talking about an amazing movie. I agree with you. It wasn't well executed in every respect, but I did enjoy the acting. I enjoyed a lot of these scenes, even if we saw some parts of them in the trailer. I liked seeing how they played out. I liked the whole like rain bolt aspect. This guy, they were a little bit inspired by this geoguesser guy, and he's like examining the backgrounds of photos to find stuff. I found that all very cool, and I think it also gets a passable grade. And I definitely think it was a little better than the Minecraft movie.
Yeah, see, I enjoyed the Minecraft movie more than I enjoyed this.
A little crazy to me.
Meh.
And what's the name of the guy? The like the CIA FBI guy who like kind of trains him, but then is also kind of coming after him. Is it?
I don't remember. I don't even remember. Oh, it's Fishburne, Lawrence Fishburne.
Yes,
Yes.
he was awesome.
Yeah, well, he's always good. Like he's always a treat.
So is Remy Malek.
Nah,
Yeah.
I disagree. I find Remy Malek, except for his stellar performance in the Queen movie, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, iRobot.
I find that he's always the same. I find
Wait,
that
I'm not
like
thinking.
he's
What am I
always
thinking of? It's not iRobot. That's
Mr.
the Wills.
Robot.
Yes,
Mr.
very
Robot.
different things.
Yeah, I find he's always the same. Like I don't know. I just accept in the even in the Bohemian Rhapsody was
Oh,
kind of
come
the
on, he's
same as
awesome in
well.
that
But
movie.
he's
And
great.
I find
No,
that movie pretty mid, but he was awesome in that movie.
he was awesome in that.
And
movie.
I'm looking at what he's in, and I just found out he's in Gilmore Girls, which I do not remember.
What?
But he must play a minor character. They have like a lot of big actors who like
Really? Eh?
were on that show as cameos or before they were big actors.
Hmm.
Like Seth MacFarlane is in one episode of that show doing like some guest appearance.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
The
Moving
next movie
along.
I think is this one. I'm pretty sure you have a higher opinion of than me, and we will be talking about Warfare.
I can't remember. Like that's the thing, with the biases, like the recency bias. I don't even know. Did I rate that one?
I know you loved it coming out of the theater.
Yeah, I rated it a 4-star. Like I really liked it. I thought it was a really good war movie.
I rated it 3.5. So you liked it a little more than me.
Yeah.
But
And
like,
I'm not. I do not like war movies. Like I don't. That's not a genre that I enjoy.
well, neither do I, and that's part of the reason I didn't like this one either. Because in some aspects, well, I did like it. It was a better than the average war movie to me, but that's why it wasn't great to me. Because in some aspects, it does subvert your expectations of what you think you're going to see from a war movie. But in other aspects, like philosophically, specifically, the message it has, I don't really think it's different. Like all these new era of war movies are making the point of like, oh yeah, look at these American people who go to Iraq and do these bad things unjustified, but oh look, they feel bad now, so it's okay. I don't think this movie really had anything new to say about America's involvement overseas. I don't remember. Was this one in Iraq?
Um,
Iran? I don't remember.
Iraq.
Iraq? Okay.
This was in Iraq. Um,
Yeah.
so I think it was Iraq.
I think you're right.
Boots on ground. Who lived it? It doesn't say where. The synopsis doesn't say where. That's wild.
Everything is based on memory. So um
That's wild that the synopsis
this is
doesn't
like
say
based on
where
this
it
is like
is.
based on a true story. So I mean,
I
it has
know
to
it
say
is,
somewhere.
but I'm
Yeah,
not
it's Iraq.
sure
It's Iraq.
it's Iraq.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I remember that when we came out of it, one of your criticism was that it makes the American the victims, where they went in there under false pretenses, to I don't know, for Saddam Hussein or
Well, yeah, like and
war.
then I was talking well, like Dad was talking after the movie and he was talking about this philosophy no man left behind and I was like just thinking about the movie and how easily they expended the Iraqi men who were there with them, who were there to help them. They were like, "Yeah, you guys go out first. Whatever happens to you sucks." So I'm like, "No American man left behind, but you don't really care if a man does get left behind, do you?"
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Yeah,
like
yeah. Well, and it's a valid criticism. It's a, you know,
well, like
valid
okay,
point.
my review sums up pretty much exactly what I like a little short one sentence letterbox review sums up what I think about the movie pretty perfectly, so I'll read it. Um it just says conceptually, what are we doing here? 3 out of 10 army propaganda. Aesthetically and just about everything else, 10 out of 10 amazing cinematography at work. It's Alex Garland. He knows how to craft an amazing fucking movie,
Yeah.
which is why I think it was still overall a good movie because and like that this goes to Civil War. The reason Civil War was great rather than just good is because you have the Alex Garland factor. And I think there's a really interesting message about wartime journalism,
Mhm.
war photography,
Mhm.
and like generally just a big message about having passion and what that will drive you to do.
Yeah. Wow, it's good.
Desensitization, so many different themes. I just don't think this movie had that.
Yeah, it's a valid criticism,
And
but
it's like I was telling you, one more point. Like we got back and I was like it like you can almost come out of this movie with the point being like um all of this happened and nothing really changed. Like they lost their position, people died, like they're worse off. Like this is just basically an hour in real time, like 2 hours in real time of what's happening. And like it's like what was the point of all of that? And there's almost a point to be had in that, but I just don't think that was the point Garland was trying to make. He wasn't trying to be like, what's the point in all of this?
mhm.
I don't know, it seemed very uncritical in nature.
And it was uncritical, and I think that's why I ranked it higher than you did, because I was not really looking at the story as being the story of Americans. Like, I know it's based on a true story, but I really was more looking at the way it made me feel as if I was in there with them and living it at the very same time, and the emotions that it brought, and it kind of made me understand a little more about what it is to be an American man in a war, it's and it did not touch on why or where or how or who. It just was really, um this is what it feels like, and it's thrown at you. So I like that aspect
I
of it.
think that's a plus for it, yeah.
Mhm.
I can agree.
Cool,
um
cool.
the actors I think all did pretty good jobs. I think I've been seeing like Dad was sharing these reels and he was liking them and stuff where it's like reels of people who are currently serving and they're like dancing with their friends. Like you remember the opening scene
Hmm.
and they're like all these people who are actually actively serving, they're like dancing with their friends and they're like, this is what warfare got it right. This is what the military camaraderie is actually like.
Yeah.
I find that cool. I think like you get a good idea of all these people. It humanizes them in a different way than a lot of war movies try to humanize people. But kind of to your point about you're just there, you're just with them, and it's not like they're trying to have like really deep dialogues. You're just there seeing them as people operating in real time. That there's something to say about how that humanizes them, and you just
and
see them
and
as
and not questioning anything, because that's what you do when you're in the military. You're not there to question anything, you know.
Mhm.
You're not there to question if this person is worthy of saving, or this person is like, it's you know, no American man left behind, yes, and who cares about the Iraqis, you know, like that's I think it did a great job at showing military life and how it is, and how, yeah. Anyways,
how
I really liked it. And who's that little guy again that was, we saw him again in another movie?
no, we didn't see him in another movie, but you realized when you were looking him up that he's in this movie. Or maybe we did see him, but the reason you got to that point is because it was what's James Gandolfini's son.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. We got to talk about that too. We got
Michael
to talk
Gandolfini.
about that too. After we're done with the
Wait,
movies,
what
son.
else was he in that we saw? Was it a trailer for something? Apparently he was in Bob Marley One Love, which is a movie that I
Mhm.
don't remember really anything about
Yeah, I
at
don't
this
remember
point.
seeing him in there, but
Oh, well, you were looking up because you said he's in the Sopranos movie.
yeah,
Okay, but Letterboxd doesn't show TV shows, so I think maybe what we saw was another TV show, and that's why.
perhaps.
He's in Daredevil. Maybe Josh knows him from that.
Possibly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Anyways, it was just
But he does look like a young Tony Soprano, which is
yeah,
crazy.
he does. He does. Okay.
Okay,
Next.
the next film is a magnificent movie. Rated it 10 out of 10, and I don't think I'm going to change that. Oftentimes,
Wow.
oftentimes out of the theater, I rate a movie a 10 and then I lower it to a 9 or whatever. I think I'm keeping this one as a 10.
Wow.
Directed by Ryan Coogler, who's directed such great movies as Black Panther, Black Panther 2, and Creed. This movie is Sinners, starring Michael B. Jordan and, as people have joked, Michael A. Jordan. And it's just Michael B. Jordan, but he's in twin roles. He plays the two main characters of the movie, Smoke and Stack, I think.
Yeah.
And okay, so the synopsis of the movie is: trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to their hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back. This takes place in the early 1930s, I think.
Yeah.
And um it's like a vampire movie, I guess. It's like weird. It's like a vampire movie. It's a music movie. It's a horror movie in some ways. It's a movie about race, like a lot of Coogler's movies are in certain ways. There's just like so much to say here. And we had just watched the movie and we were going to print for The Secret. And I was like, I don't have anything to write. I can't, like, I feel like I'm an imposter trying to write about this beautiful piece of
Masterpiece.
art. I
Masterpiece.
don't even know where to begin. There's just so much the movie does good.
I agree. I agree 100%. It's one of those that caught you by surprise when you don't know what it's about, and they did fantastic. You know how my criticism about The Amateur, whereas that everything was in the trailer and there was nothing more than that. This is the opposite. This movie, the trailer was so good at hiding what the surprise was. Like, I had no clue that they weren't gonna throw a freaking vampire movie at you. Um, that being said, like, it could have been vampire, could have been demons, it could have been like whatever. It didn't. I think that's secondary to the message.
Yeah.
Um, but it was such a great movie, and such a loud message in that movie as well.
Yeah. But you know, one of the top reviews I was reading, is it hard to give a 10 after watching it once? It is. And like the thing is, most movies that I keep at a 10, I'm definitely going to watch a second time, which I actually still haven't with The Holdovers, which I gave a 10. But I don't know, like the movies I reserve for giving a 10 are the movies where I walk out of the theater and I'm like beyond blown away, and all I can think is how is a movie this good? But yeah, I mean, I guess to answer your question, I will watch anything I give out of 10, like a 10. I'll watch it a second time. And if it doesn't hold up after the second watch, then maybe it gets a 9. But what I was going to say is I saw one of the reviews and it was like this is a movie that spends the first like 2/3 or like the first half maybe just building up the characters, and it's not a horror movie at all in the first half, and I love that about it so much. The first half feels like you're watching a slower paced TV show, and it's
Mhm.
just introducing you to characters. It's introducing you to everything that's being put in
It's
place
building the
before the night.
narrative.
Yeah, you're seeing how. Okay, so for anyone who hasn't watched the movie, I'm going to try like not to go into spoilers, but the main, I guess the main setting of the movie, or the second act of the movie, is at like a party at night in like, is it like a barn kind of? It's like
Mhm.
this building out in
But it's
the,
a barn converted into
into
a
like a
bar.
bar. Yeah, they just took the N out. It's a barn turned into a bar. And so the whole first half of the movie is just it like it shows you the process of building this party. You follow Michael B. Jordan as one of his characters, Smoke, as he goes into town, and he's like talking to this Asian couple, which by the way, one of the top reviews is also on Letterboxd is like, this is an Asian couple in the 1930s and they speak with a southern accent. This is the greatest movie ever. Um, but so he's talking to this couple and they're helping him set up stuff for the party, like catering and stuff. And then his brother Stack is with their little cousin who is a he like plays the
Fiddler.
guitar, he makes music, yeah, like blues, old school blues, and they're trying to find other people who can play at the party, and they're doing other stuff too. They find this one guy to be security. The actor is the dude, the big heavy set guy from 8 Mile. Um so yeah, I mean, all that to say, it's like the first half of the movie, maybe even a little more than half, is just showing the setup for the party, and it really does a great job at humanizing every character, which comes to hurt whenever a lot of these characters get dehumanized literally very quickly.
Yeah, but it's so well done. You know, we were talking about tired stories, like the vampire story is such a tired story, but yet they found a way to revive it and give it like a like resuscitate the whole thing with this master vampire is such an interesting character to me. He's like really
You know what
um
what
really
just clicked
interesting.
for me too?
Mm.
Vampire movies tend to be set in the 1930s or around that era also. So like you think, oh, a vampire movie in the 1930s, but this is not in Transylvania. This is in Mississippi, I believe, which
Well,
adds like a whole other layer of like,
and I was talking about when we got out of it, I was talking about another vampire movie that really did the same kind of left me the same in the same kind of um, amazement when I got out of the theater or after seeing it. I can't remember seeing it on in theater or at home, but it was From Dusk Till Dawn. That's another one that does such a beautiful job at, and it's like for the first same kind of thing, like very similar. The first like 2/3 it's not a vampire movie at all, and then all of a sudden it becomes like, you should watch it. You'll see, you'll find it very very similar.
and
Yeah, exactly. Old school Dave.
I think like a lot of movies kind of do that in the way where like I think of like a lot of generic slashers like Halloween, which I don't want to call a generic slasher because in many ways it did set the stage for what other, like it is the blueprint for generic slashers, but Halloween is not a generic slasher. I think of like My Bloody Valentine. A lot of these movies, they have like the first part of the movie is kind of about building up these characters. It's like on Halloween night, or in the case of My Bloody Valentine, it's on Valentine's Day, and you see what happens the day of before the night, which everything goes crazy. But those movies, they keep like this spooky feeling throughout. Like every 10 minutes they cut and they see what the antagonist is doing, and maybe he like one-off kills someone. There is one scene in the first half of the movie in the first half of Sinners that's like that, and it's where the original vampire is on fire and he knocks on these people's door, and that's really like the one time pretty much that you see horror stuff before the party.
Right. And at that point, you don't know. Like, you're questioning
Is he a
what it is.
vampire? Is he
What
a
is it?
demon? What is he?
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, no, it was really, really well done.
Yeah, there's just like so much you can say about it. There's also like this whole racial storyline because it's in 1930s Jim Crow South, Mississippi, where like you have the Klan, which is present. And I mean, we can talk, I don't want to spoil what happens in the ending with the Klan storyline, but it's fucking awesome. And like the vampires, like the thing is with the fact that the Klan is there, the vampires make like this almost like appealing case, and you almost think about it for a second. You're like, are they kind of right, these vampires, for doing what they want to do?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, like it's awesome. And then obviously you have the post-credit scene, which I won't talk about. That was done masterfully. But oh my god, what we didn't talk about yet, the scene at the night at the bar, not at the bar, at the barn bar. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'm going crazy here. My mind's in a million places. But where you hear from the beginning of the intro, where it's this narrator talking about piercing the veil of time. And
Oh my god, that
Smoke and
scene!
Stack's little cousin,
That
Sammy.
scene!
His name's Sammy, right? Yeah. He's playing and he pierces the veil of time. And while he's playing an old blues song, then you see like ancient African chants, and you see like modern music, and it's all coming together at once. And it's absolutely crazy. And it's one of the best scenes, like one of the most masterfully done scenes. It's crazy.
It was really, really well done. If you're keeping count, old school Dave, it's a second time today.
Yeah, I should probably stop, right?
It's second today.
This is on a syndicated, family-friendly news magazine network, so I'll stop.
Yeah. Is it family friendly though?
Hey, we're talking about an R-rated movie right now.
Right. That's true.
We can have like adults. We can have like
F-bomb.
Yeah, I didn't drop any F-bombs during the Minecraft movie. I can tell you that much. But like we can have like the first half of this show, and it's like regular, and then the second half can be like Adult Swim, the Adult Swim version of the Keeping It Real podcast. But no,
by the way, I just want to one little last note about From Dusk Till Dawn that maybe will make you want to watch it a little more, is that it's a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
So
Tarantino vampire movie. I already know, like that would be like insane. Tarantino vampire movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. It's really, really, really good. You should watch it. We should watch it. We should watch it tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Popcorn.
Maybe we'll see. But man, I could just like talk in circles about Sinners. Like there's the whole aspect of music too, and Sammy's dad, who's a pastor, I think. He's not a priest, because I don't think it was a Catholic church.
No, he's a pastor.
He's a pastor, and he's like telling his son, put the guitar down. Sammy knows like the guitar is not and was not the issue, and it never was. Like music is a powerful thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many.
And then the cameo, like, at the end, it was just like
crazy, insane.
Yeah. Overall, very, very well done. I gave it a 9, but I would have given it a 9.5 if I could, but you can't with Letterboxd. So.
I think I'm keeping it at 10. And actually, let me check something, because I have a list of where is it? Top 10 films of the 2020s. And only 3 movies on that list are a 10 out of 10.
Which
are?
Holdovers?
Actually 4. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Okay.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Godzilla -1, The Holdovers. And what does it say about 2023 that 3 of those movies are from that year?
I know.
But
but I'm telling you what, 2025 is panning out to be such a great year for movies. Like I've been really impressed about the movies and the shows that have come up
But all
this
that to say, Sinners would be like Holdovers is number one. Sinners can have a conversation with any other movie on that list. I would still take Holdovers over it, and I think that's like a cinematic masterpiece. But like, I can have a conversation on whether Sinners is better than Godzilla minus one, whether it's better than Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, whether it's better than Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I think it's confidently better than anything I didn't give a 10 on this list, including amazing movies like Talk to Me,
I was
Batman.
gonna say about Talk to Me, like I was gonna compare it to Talk to Me in the sense that this is a movie that we did not really hear a lot of fuss about. I think we've started seeing previews like very shortly before it came out, and it looked interesting, but it really, like, the trailer did a good job at making me want to go see it, but I was not expecting much of it.
Yeah.
Kind of like with Talk to Me, you know?
Like,
So,
it's actually also similar in the sense for me where I saw the trailer of Talk to Me and I was like, oh, this is the Raka Raka brothers. These is like these YouTube brothers. Like, I'm intrigued. And this
mhm,
one, it's like, this is Ryan Coogler and it's Michael B. Jordan. This should be like a fun movie. And then
mhm,
I wake up the day it's out and like I check Letterboxd and I'm like, this has a 4.2 on Letterboxd.
mhm.
Pulp Fiction has like a 4.3. Like, we're talking like that is just a comparison for like the level of movie this is.
Yeah,
Only amazing movies get above a 4 on
yeah,
Letterboxd. So I'm
yeah.
like, maybe we have to see it. And at that point, my expectations were raised. I think you were saying you didn't know it was that high,
No, no.
but like my expectations were raised. And then I think it still surpassed it because I don't think I can ever go into a movie expecting a 10 out of 10 because like I have 500 movies logged on here and 20 of them are 10 out of 10s.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
very, very exclusive for me.
Cool, cool,
So, I
cool.
mean, we've talked about Sinners for like almost 20
A
minutes now,
while.
like 15 minutes. But I mean, like I said, I could talk. Is there anything else we need to think about?
No, just go see it. People go see it.
I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything cool about the movie. And I definitely am. I mean, the soundtrack, that's one thing. It's what's his name? He's the guy who did the Oppenheimer soundtrack, and you wouldn't expect him to do like a soundtrack like this, what he did, and it's amazing. All the original songs and all the obtained media, amazing in this movie.
Yeah, the soundtrack is really, really good.
It's oh, what is his name? It's like Ludwig Göransson, I think.
I don't remember, but I know like
Yeah,
Trinity playing it in
Ludwig
the kitchen.
Göransson. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it there.
Yeah,
Retro
Trinity's
flick
been.
segment, make me watch all the good movies you're always telling to under the guise of work. That's smart. And it can be more than 2 minutes. We could do that for like 10 minutes an episode. Dave with the good ideas.
Yep.
Did you
Yeah.
just zoom out?
Did I zoom out? I zoomed out. Why did I zoom out all of a
Nice.
sudden? Oh well. I don't know. Like some wonky stuff is happening in my computer right
Okay.
now. Okay,
Wait,
next.
with that, I guess there's just one more movie to talk about before we can talk about some random other things. And that is the latest MCU movie, which is making people wonder, is the MCU back? And that is Thunderbolts, which is a movie. I guess if you don't know, if you're
AKA the new Avengers.
the new Avenger, like who would someone who's not really tapped into Marvel except for knowing the main characters know? Maybe Bucky. There's a guy who was the old Captain America, but it's not Steve Rogers. And
Mhm.
Black Widow's sister and father are in the movie. And Taskmaster is too, but I won't go too much into that for reasons. That is something I was disappointed with. That's all I'll say. I was disappointed with how they used Taskmaster in the movie.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Well, again, it's all about the trailer.
yeah. But I don't know, like this movie, like the way it handled its themes that was the number one plus for me because a lot of I gave this movie an 8 out of 10. a lot of Marvel movies have the bones of an 8 out of 10 movie, but they
Hmm.
constantly undermine everything with laughter and like breaking up drama for like a dumb joke. And Thunderbolts is one of the funniest Marvel movies, but part of this is because they never put a joke in serious times, or maybe they do when it's a tension breaker and it has that very clear effect. But there were points in the movie where they would go like 20 minutes without making a joke, which is just not something you see from a Marvel movie.
Hmm.
This movie had more mature themes than like almost every other MCU movie I can think of, really. And I mean, I was talking to Ezekiel, and he was like, I'm mad we got another MCU movie where the main conflict is resolved by words. And I agree with that sentiment to some extent. That has happened a lot in Marvel movies. But like I was telling him, if there's one movie that deserved to be solved by words, it's this one. If you look at the
Hmm.
themes of like aloneness and depression and all that, and attacking your issues head on, it's like you need words, you need support from others. I think it makes sense in this movie. It's not
It
like we got
does.
a shortage of action either.
No, there was a lot of action, and I really like the message behind. Like, I like that it's a group of losers that just get together,
Yeah.
and or rejects, whatever you want to call them, but that
Bad
get
people, some people
together.
would call them.
Yeah, but they get together, and they can achieve things because they lean on each other, and they support and teamwork, and all that jazz. It's got a great message behind it. And like you said, the jokes about the MCU movies, like it sometimes I feel like the MCU doesn't know where it wants to go. Like, it doesn't know if it wants to be an action movie, or if it wants to be a freaking comedy, like, um or a drama, like,
Which
at
is like
sometimes.
weird because this one really wanted to be a comedy and a drama too. So I mean, like, I don't know how it worked, but it did.
Yeah.
They
it-
made it both, and it didn't seem like it was they were conflicting in how to do that.
yeah, they did very good. It was
Um,
entertaining, and I'm excited for the next one.
I'm very excited. I mean, the main villain is so like that's another thing to talk about. There are scenes with what this main villain does. He just like this is shown in the trailer, so I'll say he like blips people into shadows.
Oh, you know what's funny? Like, you said main villain, and I didn't think about him at all. I don't
Yeah,
see him as a villain. I,
yeah.
I see him as a victim of his
There's the one
circumstances,
side of him is kind of a villain, but yeah, that's
The
kind of what
villain to
I
me
was
is
talking to
Louis Dreyfus.
I was talking to Josh about that because he was like, I don't remember exactly what the capacity we were saying it in was, but he was talking about how
I'm gonna have to switch earbuds because I'm getting a battery low message.
okay, can you hear
So
me now?
yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Just continue.
Okay.
Proceed.
So I mean I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, but he was like Sentry and the Red Hulk were both done bad. They shouldn't have gone down that easily. And I was like, with Sentry it kind of makes sense. And then he was like, and then we were talking about the difference between Sentry and the Void. And I was like, okay, well, the person who went down with words was not Sentry, it was the Void. And in that case, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I mean, it's someone grappling with his inner self, I guess. But what I was gonna say is like he has this ability where he's blimping people into nothingness. And there's one scene in particular where before you understand like the kind of the permanence of this all, what it means to be blimped into nothingness, you don't know if these people can come back or what. There's this scene that they're like that you're like, whoa, I cannot believe they just did that. And
Hmm.
like I'm in retrospect, you understand why, but it's still like in the moment, it has that gravity and it's like so well done because like you have one character. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but this one character has their hero moment, and then that happens, and it's
Yeah.
like you feel so bad, and it's like a gut punch, but they did it so well.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure they did it. They did it well. Um, Great actors, great acting. I love, what's his name?
David Harbour.
Yeah. I just
I
love
love
him.
everyone in that, like all the actors. Who the main lady is? What's her name? Florence Pugh, I think.
Uh-huh.
Sebastian Stan as Bucky, of course. What's the other Captain
Oh,
America's
yeah.
name? I don't know.
Okay.
That actor does amazing too. Wyatt Russell as John Walker. He's awesome. The guy who plays Bob is awesome too.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
he's
like a
really,
really
really
fun
good.
cast. They have Geraldine Viswanathan as Mel, like the assistant to DeFontaine's character. And I mean, she does good too. It's like just a really fun cast. But I saw this review on it, which was like, I said something similar to you coming out of the movie theater. It was, let me see if I can find the review. Uh, oh no, I can't find it. Let me look a little more. Okay, there's this one that says, "Mom, can we get some Avengers?" No, we have Avengers at home. And then Avengers at home is Avengers with a Z. This is like the store-bought Avengers, kind of, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find the review, but it was like, it was basically saying something along the lines of, "Why the hell would you still live in New York City at this point?" Two things are
I
certain.
remember
Anyone
you
still
saying
living
that.
in New York City this far into the MCU is a complete moron, and nobody looks hotter on a motorcycle than Sebastian Stan. That's the review. When Bucky showed up in that scene, it was like, that was awesome. I don't know. It was
Yeah.
a good movie. I'm not going to sit here and be the guy who's always like, after every good MCU movie, I'm like, the MCU's so back. And after every bad one, I'm like, the MCU's over. But this is one of the good ones. And if you're one of those people, maybe right now you should buy stock into the MCU is so back.
Well, it was great. It was again another one that, I was not expecting. My expectations were not too high. So when you go into a movie with that, you're never disappointed because it always beats your expectations. So
Mine were pretty high. And the main reason is because, contrary to just about everyone else, I quite liked Black Widow a lot.
mm-hmm.
And I know we're seeing David Harbour come back as the Red Guardian and Florence Pugh as Yelena. So I'm like excited already. And I don't know, like it lived up to my it might have even surpassed them a little bit, but I was expecting it to be a good movie.
Yeah, I love the Russian accents. They were so awesome.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, well, that wraps up the movie part. Anything you're excited to see in the next few weeks? I know I'm anxiously awaiting 28 years later.
When does that come out?
June sometime. So
Upcoming
soon.
releases. New 2025 movies coming soon. Is there anything good coming soon? Annabelle. We should watch that because like we're suckers for bad horror, but we know it's going to be bad.
Is it
Bjork?
Annabelle 2?
It's just like another Annabelle. Wait, what?
What? Did you say Bjork?
Oh, okay. It's not a biopic. It's like concert film, like
Oh.
Taylor Swift Eras Tour.
Okay.
Hey, maybe I would still see that. What is V13? Why do I feel like I've heard about this?
V13. I don't know.
Okay, well I don't know either. What else? Clown in a Cornfield, Shadow Force, Juliet and Romeo, in that order.
Well, we can talk about.
Wait.
Oh,
okay, no, it's a re-release. I thought there was a sequel to Ma coming out, but it's a re-release. I was a little too excited for a second there.
V13. I don't know what that is.
Fight or Flight? Oh, is this the
Oh.
new Mission Impossible?
Yeah, I know. They're supposed to be the last one.
Oh, okay. It's a re-release of Annabelle 2. Okay, this is not good. Karate Kid comes out in May.
Yay!
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 Until Dawn.
I see something called Watch Skies coming out in May. 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. Well, I don't care about Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh my god, dude.
Movies coming
Watch
soon.
Skies.
New at the movies. Monty Python and the Holy Grail 50th
Oh,
anniversary.
I can't see that again.
What? I feel like Dave is a Monty Python fan. Doesn't Monty Python seem like a movie Dave would like?
I don't know. I don't know what kind of movie Dave likes.
Dave, are you a Monty Python fan? New Final Destination movie.
Yes, I know. Like there's a lot of like we've seen some trailers. I can't remember now, but there's a whole bunch of them that I'm excited for. I'm excited for the Jurassic Park one.
Oh, there's that ballerina movie. It's like John Wick kind of, but
Yes,
oh,
yes, yes.
you're not.
No. Yay. My
Why,
man.
yay?
Like I hate
heard that
Monty
movie.
Python.
I should watch it.
Never like it's so boring to me.
Wow.
Sorry.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. I think that's from Monty Python. Yeah, it is.
So I'm really curious about this watch guide now. Coming soon. In theaters Friday, May 9th. A rebellious teenage woman's father, teenage woman's father, teenage woman? It's kind of worded funny. Went missing years ago, and she believes that he didn't run away but was abducted by aliens. She joins forces with a funky UFO club made up of a lovable group of weirdos and rejects. Together, they embark on an adventure that takes them far beyond the boundaries of law and ultimately our world.
You know what that teenage woman thing reminds me of?
What?
Just to get a tiny bit political, it's like when Matt Gaetz was being charged with some of the questionable things he did, it would be like the court documents would be like 17-year-old woman, and it's like that's not a woman.
Yep.
We're using the wrong word.
So television wise, there's been a whole bunch of new series. Like
I should be talking about Andor right now.
I've been watching Handmaid's Tales, which is really good this season. Really, really like it. I've been watching so I watched You, the new season of You, and I gotta say, not disappointed. Like this is the end of the series.
Don't go into
the
spoilers.
ending. I'm not, but the ending does not disappoint. That's all I'm gonna say. I've watched a little series called The Four Seasons, Tina Fey produced, and it's really, really good. Again, something I did not expect to like, but really, really liked. So it's about life and love and, group of friends in their 40s, 50s that go through life. And anyways, whatever comes with it. And it was really interesting. And of course, we've been rewatching. Well, I've been rewatching. You're watching.
I've been watching for the first time.
The Sopranos.
Yeah. Between watching The Sopranos right now and me rewatching Breaking Bad, I think at least 60% of people would say that I'm watching the greatest show of all time right now. Whether that's about Breaking Bad or The Sopranos is on a person by person basis, but those are like, I bet like if I go to Ranker or anything, it would say those are the two greatest shows of all time.
Yeah.
Let me look up Ranker best TV shows. Number one on the list is Breaking Bad, and number two is The Sopranos. Yeah.
There you go. There you have it.
Yep. We just finished season 1 of The Sopranos, so
yeah, we're on season 2 now. So
Junior in house arrest, and Jackie, what's his name? His brother just showed up. He's just looking to cause trouble. Yep.
Jackie April, and Janice is in there, and
Tony's mom.
Oh my gosh,
Livia.
I hate Livia. I don't like Livia one bit. I don't like Janice either, though. Like,
yeah, me neither.
She's like so hateable.
I think with Olivia, that's a matter of the actress doing like an amazing job, because that is what the showrunners want, is for you to not like her very much.
And same thing with Corrado. Like You know, you're just like, oh my god, you want to punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Uncle June. Anyway, so yeah, we're watching that, so that's keeping us busy, but we always have time for movies, so oh, I hear the birds in your room again.
I just spoiled something for
You did?
myself
You did?
effectively.
Oh no.
Do you? Well, okay. How much do you remember major character deaths and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been
I
holding
just
on to
looked.
those because
I just
I
looked
can't.
up the actress for Livia, and I found out that the actress died in the year 2000.
Oh.
And season 2 probably came out in 2000, so I'm
I guess.
assuming I'm just gonna assume unless there's a recast that
Well, I
she's
mean,
gone.
that shouldn't be too much of a surprise to you.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? Livia is one that I don't remember dying, but there's others that I'm not saying.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna get good, buddy. It's gonna get
I'm
good.
excited.
Yeah.
Would you
All
say
right.
season 1 is like the weakest season? Because season 1 was
Mm,
good.
I think the season one is probably like the, I think with the Sopranos, it capitulates, it
Gets
goes
better
better
every
and better
season.
and better. Yeah. It's
It's kind of like that with Breaking Bad too, because like
mhm.
I mean, season 1 it's a lot of character building, which
That's
can
what the
be
Soprano is
amazing,
too. Yeah.
but like once you have the characters fully fleshed out in Breaking Bad, that's when it gets like freaking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
said
then you
freaking. I was about to
introduce.
say I was about to drop another F-bomb, but I chose freaking to keep it at the figure that we're at right now.
Hmm. All right. Well, it is 7:57. I think unless you have any other things to chat about.
No, like I said, I should be chatting about Andor, but I haven't gotten around to watching it, so that's probably going to come next week.
Yeah, not from me, buddy, not from me.
Boo.
Boo. I don't know. I just
You
couldn't get
haven't finished episode 1.
I think I finished episode 1, but couldn't get into episode
You were
2.
watching it on Mateo 2 on Disney Plus, right?
Yes.
I can
So
see where you stopped.
So I didn't finish episode 1?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I just couldn't get into it. Like, I don't know. It's just it didn't drag me in,
Yeah.
Some shows are like that.
Well, some would say that you have a choice. You chose not to get dragged in.
No. The show has to do the job to drag you in. Like I watched, The Mandalorian, and it captured my attention right away. Like, have you watched The Mandalorians yet?
Yeah.
You have?
Up to season 2.
Oh.
I still need to
you-
watch season 3.
I don't think
Oh, you weren't expecting that, were you?
I was not expecting that at all. I thought you hadn't watched it yet. Well, great. Maybe I'll give Andor another try.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
Yep, it is 7:58, so.
Okay. So, we'll see you again next week, people. Hopefully we'll stick to it this time. Unless we're going to Cuba, at which point we're not
way
going
we're
to
in Cuba in a week.
No, probably not. All right. Well, have a good night, people.
New time, new energy. Yes. Good night.
Yes.
Thank you all. And you can read my articles on The Seeker, and follow me on Letterboxd, OMG Mateo, if you want to read more reviews. And I have nothing else to plug. So,
okay. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
That's ISO. Rack it up, rack it